Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jackie, and if you've just gone for a run, you're probably feeling all hot and sweaty and got those endorphins running high, then this post-run yoga stretch is going to be perfect to help you cool down and recover those tired muscles so that hopefully tomorrow you'll be less sore. So stay standing and we'll get right into it. Let's start with our feet about hip-width distance apart. Take a deep inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Interlace the fingers and then turn the palms to face up to the sky. Try to find that stretch through the sides of the body by the armpits. And then deep breath out. Let's bend over to the right side. Try to keep the left side and left foot pressed down into the mat. And also try to turn your body so that it's facing upwards instead of down towards the mat. Deep breath in, let's reach back up to the sky, reach up. Breathing out, bend over to the left side. Find the stretch through the right side of your body. And then breathing in, reach back up. Let's do one more time each side. Breathing out, bend to the right. Breathing in, come back to center, lift up. Breathe out, bend over to the left. Breathe in, reach up, release the arms, shake them out. Let's take the right arm across the body, hook the left arm underneath, palms facing you, and then just pull your left arm towards your body and find that stretch through the upper right arm. This is sometimes an area that we forget to stretch after running, but you're still using your upper body and arms a lot when you're running. And then release the arms, come to the other side. Left arm across the body, right arm hooks underneath, above the elbow, and then the palms face towards you. And then release, shake that out, shake the legs out. And then let's step the legs wider, nice and wide. I've got the sides of my feet parallel with the sides of the mat. Let's bring the hands to our hips. Soften the knees slightly and we'll start to hinge forward from the hips coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Now at some point you might bring your hands all the way down to the mat, bend the knees, and we'll just rock a little from side to side. Open back up through the hips and also the inner groin and the inner thighs. Try to recover your breath as well, slowing down your breath if you can, and to try and control it as it comes out. And let's bring our hips to the center. Straighten the legs a little bit more. Your hands might stay on the mat or you might bring them to your shins. You might even bring your elbows all the way down to the mat if you're feeling really nice and open. And we'll just stay here for a few deep breaths. Keep pressing through the outside edge of both feet and pull up the muscles above the kneecaps. And you can just let your upper body hang down and be nice and loose. One more breath. Nice and slow. And on the next breath, if you are on your elbows, come back and put on your hands, bend the knees, and we'll bring the feet all the way together. And we'll take a nice forward fold. So bend the knees and we're going to grab hold of opposite elbows and just take a ragdoll, swaying from side to side. Really try and release through the lower back and the backs of the legs. Maybe you nod your head yes, shake your head no. Make sure that it's nice and loose. And then release the hands down. Bring the knees all the way down to the mat. We're just going to turn sideways, coming into a toe sit. So Flex the toes underneath and then come to sit up onto the heels of your feet. Now, if this is feeling too intense, just shift your weight forward, bring the hands down. You'll still be getting a stretch this way. If you are up onto the heels of your feet, let's take our cow face arms. So bring the right arm up over top, left arm behind. Try to grab onto your fingertips if you can. If not, you might just grab onto your shirt. And then try to bring the hands closer together. Try not to splay the ribs out and dump into your lower back, but keeping the core engaged and everything compact still. A few deep breaths here. Really great stretch for the soles of the feet. Let's take one more breath. I know it might be intense. Try to stay with it if you can. And releasing the upper arms. Let's shift the weight forward. Walk the hands forward, untuck the toes gently, and just tap them on the mat. We're going to come into that one more time, just so we can even out the other side with the arms. So again, taking the variation whether you're sitting a bit further forward or you've got your weight all the way on the heels of your feet. Left arm up over top, right arm behind, grabbing onto whatever you can. Keeping the ribs in, core engaged. Nice, deep, slow breaths. Really trying to slow down that breath now. Notice if you're holding on to tension anywhere. Just try to let it go with every exhale. All right, next breath. Release the hands. Bring the hands forward. Gently untuck the toes and then tap the toes onto the mat. Release the tension, release the stretch. And then coming onto all fours in your cat and cow. Wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Let's take a few rounds of our cat and cow. Breathing in to drop the belly, lift the tailbone high. Breathing in, round through the spine. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Breathing in, opening back up. Drop the belly. Breathing out, round through the spine. Press the shoulder blades as much to the sky as you can. Moving with your breath. Nice deep inhalations. And also slow exhalations. One more round. On the next breath, let's come back to a neutral spine and extend the right leg out behind you with the toes on the mat. And then press the heel of the foot towards the back of the mat. You'll be getting a nice stretch through the calf muscle. Try to pull up the muscles above the right kneecap so the leg is nice and straight and activated. Keep your head nice and long as well, so gaze to the top of your mat without dropping your head down and breaking that line of your spine. Couple more breaths here. Keep pressing the heel towards the back of the mat. And then releasing the knee back down. Other side, extend the left foot out, toes on the mat, and then press through the heel of the foot. Pull up the muscles above the left kneecap. Press the back of the knee up to the sky. Neck nice and long, and nice deep breaths. One more breath here. And releasing the knee back down. Let's curl the toes under and we'll come into a downward facing dog. Just take a moment here, pedal out the feet, loosen up through the hips. Maybe you drop the hips from side to side as well. And on the next breath, let's float the right leg up to the sky and then bend the knee, and then we'll open up the hips. So try to stack the right hip on top of the left. Maybe you try to lift the knee a little bit higher towards the sky as well. We're going to keep the foot flexed and then bring the right foot into your chest. We'll come into our half pigeon. Right foot towards the left ankle, right knee down towards the right wrist. Drop the back leg and then shuffle yourself all the way back until you can go no further. So try to sit right in the center of your with your weight, and we don't want to drop over to the side. So staying up high here, or you might like to walk forward onto your elbows. Keep the right foot flexed, and we'll stay here for a few deep breaths. You might also like to take a cushion or a block or something underneath that right hip if you're feeling like there's a lot of space there in between your hip and the mat. One more breath just like this. And either staying exactly where you are or taking an extra quad stretch. So if you're taking the quad stretch, we'll come up onto our hands. Bend the left leg. Take the left hand behind and see if you can grab onto your left foot and just slowly pull it towards your body. Nice and gentle. And you might be feeling a good stretch in your left quad here, as well as stretching out through the right glute muscles. One more breath. Nice. And release the left leg. Hands come onto the mat. Curl the left toes under. We'll come back into downward facing dog. Just take a moment here. Maybe you pedal the feet out again. And we'll come to the other side. Float the left leg up to the sky. Bend the knee. And then open up the hips. Let's keep the left foot flexed. Try to stack the hips one on top of the other. And then breathing up, bring the left knee into the chest. And then the left ankle towards the right wrist, left knee towards the left wrist. Drop the right knee and then shuffle yourself all the way back, making sure to keep your weight through the center of your body. Now staying up high, or again walking yourself forward onto your elbows. Taking a few deep breaths here. Maybe noticing now that your breath is able to slow down a lot more, and that you feel a little bit more in control. One more breath just like this. And then staying exactly where you are, or coming up onto your hands and taking that quad stretch. So bending the right knee, holding on to your right foot, and then slowly bring it towards your body, getting that stretch through the right quad. Nice deep breaths. Notice if you're gripping anywhere, and just try to release with your exhale. We'll take one more breath here. On the next breath, release your right leg down. Bring the hands back onto the mat, tuck the right toes, come back into your downward facing dog. Just take a moment here, pedal out the feet again. And then we'll come into a seated position on the bum, into our butterfly pose. Soles of the feet together. Your choice whether you want to bring them further apart, which stretches more the outside of the legs, or bring them closer to your body, which gets more into the inner thighs and inner groin area. I like to bring them closer towards me, and see if you can actively press your knees down to the mat. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Stay up high or walk the hands forward and bring the body forward, coming into a stretch. Staying here for a few breaths. Trying to release, let go as much as you can. Let's hold for one more breath. And on the next breath, coming all the way back up. Take your hands underneath your knees, gently bring your knees back together. Just give yourself a nice big hug. You deserve it after that run that you did. So then let's come into a child's pose just to finish off today. Bring the knees together and bring the body over the thighs, forehead on the mat. Arms curl around the body with the palms facing up to the sky. Drop your shoulders down to the mat. Just find a full body release. Take a deep inhale through the mouth and then sigh it out. Empty your lungs first. Let's take a deep inhale. And deep exhale. One more time. Inhale deeply. Exhale through the mouth. Come back to your regular breathing. Very slowly start to bring your awareness back. Let's bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Slowly press yourself back up into a seated position. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me today. I hope you're feeling nice and relaxed and loose now after your run. If you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up and support me by subscribing so I can give more free yoga videos like this to all of you. And don't forget to hit the bell icon too so you don't miss out on any new videos. I will see you next time here on the mat. Namaste.